everybody, welcome back to Adventures with Amarynthe. I know I haven't vlogged for a while. It's been kind of a perfect storm of not bad equipment, but equipment that was not ready for what I wanted it to do. So I have now upgraded and have a monster computer that is specific for doing like gaming videos and stuff, which is a plus. I also have had some ongoing personal issues. I'm a diabetic and have peripheral neuropathy in my feet. If you don't know what that means, basically it means you're standing in a campfire up to your ankles 24 hours a day. And it is very affected by the weather. And so I was feeling punky. You know, I wasn't getting a lot of sleep and stuff and was kind of going a little nuts. But that's getting sorted out. I'm actually having a implant placed in my back to hopefully calm that down. And like I said, I have a whole new computer system. I recently purchased Overwatch, so I'm going to be doing some Overwatch videos. Haven't done anything with the Twitch channel yet just because of everything else that's been going on. You know, needed an upgrade and just not feeling, I don't even want to say 100%. I wasn't feeling 20% for a while. So, you know, this is a vlog, you know, just going to try and catch up. I have released 2 of the Cooking with Amarynthe videos for Cooking Made Easy Gamers Edition. Hamburger soup and an excellent pulled pork recipe, so check those out, especially if you are pressed for time a lot, because basically at this point I'm doing it right here in my studio because we're using a crock pot. And I mean, I don't know what I'd do without one, honestly, these days. You know, it's so much easier. It doesn't heat the whole house up. All you have to do is start it and go on with your life. But we are hopefully going to have a new one this weekend, if not middle of next week. But you know, the thing, I did that because, like I said, I've had a lot of gamers and such people that are always talking about being hungry or having to order a pizza or having to, do this or that. I'm sure they live on Hot Pockets and Gino's pizza rolls. So what we're going to do is a series of easy recipes, and I know that people watch cooking shows. You know, I'm not really trying to make it a cooking show. It's more of a how to get good stuff quickly and easily, and know what you're actually eating. I mean, I know at this point I am no poster child for perfect health, but I've actually lost a lot of weight over the last year and a half, and hopefully with the surgery and my feet feeling better, I can get back out and go fishing and walking in the woods and stuff and actually continue that trend. But when you make things yourself at home, you know what you put in them. You know, there's no mystery chemicals. There's not any real junk. I mean, yeah, the barbecue sauce maybe, or salt, pepper, a little, with barbecue sauce you get a lot of sugar, which actually meant that when I did the pulled pork, I couldn't eat a whole lot of it. But I just want to make the point that you don't have to own everything that like a professional chef would have. You watch cooking shows and they talk about all the equipment you need, and you need this, you need to cook this a certain way, and this is what it's called, and people do get confused. So I'm trying to make it simple and delicious and good for you, to what point barbecue is good for you. The hamburger soup is actually really good for you. And just to say that, in all honesty, most of the stuff they show you in the cooking shows is too much. You don't need it. I'll tell you what you really need. 6 things. You need a good knife, good serving spoon, stirring spoon, whatever. You need a crock pot, a microwave, a stove oven, eventually. I don't know how much I'm even going to be filming in my kitchen because my kitchen is smaller than my closet. So there's just not a lot of room and it's very poorly lit. That's why we decided to start doing the crockpot stuff here in the studio where we could actually control the lighting and stuff to a certain extent. But also a good blender. And by good blender, I mean you can do a stand-up blender, or we have either a Ninja or a Bullet, I don't remember. But those things are awesome, by the way. That way, if you are like having to process a lot of things for, you know, if you wanted to, let's say, put a lot of like fresh garlic or something in a meal, it takes about 2 seconds for a rough chop, and you can actually puree things down to almost non-existence with a Bullet or a Ninja. But a regular blender works too. You can also chop vegetables and stuff with a regular blender or a small Cuisinart. What I'm saying, you want one tool that can be a mixing / chopping device, because it will make it easier. And even that is something I could use right here. There's very little that I couldn't do, minus the microwave and stove, right here in this room. And yes, diabetic, I admit I'm a terrible diabetic. Not that I don't check my sugar, not that I don't take my medication, but I tend to fall off the sugar wagon. It's my belief these days that processed sugar is probably more addictive than cigarettes or drugs. I mean, I actually stopped smoking a couple years ago. I just woke up one day and said, you know, I'm wasting money and I just really doesn't do anything for me. And I stopped. Now, a lot of people could never cold turkey, and I'm not one who's going to sit here and say, oh, you have to quit smoking or else. You know, I've known people that lived to be almost 100 and smoked every day since they were like 10 and never suffered anything from it. You know, that is a personal choice you have to make. And so, I mean, I have tried to get away from the sugar. I have a real problem with the fake sugars because all of them taste like chemicals to me. And last thing I really want is what I'm eating to taste like chemicals. Or I wouldn't cook my own food. I'd eat some processed piece of crap I got at the grocery store. But that's actually, you know, that's where we are today, you know. Like I said, I'm going to continue doing the Gamers Edition of cooking, because I think it's definitely a smart way to eat. And I've actually had an idea. I was, for people who've watched my other videos know that I've shouted out to people who have actually influenced me to do this kind of thing. And one of them is Markiplier, who does some cooking things with his friends as cooking challenge. I know they're a big joke. Like the last one I saw, they did pizza. However, I know they didn't do a lot of the things properly, you know. I mean, first of all, when you're doing homemade pizza, you have to let the dough rise for at least an hour before you even do anything with it. But all joking aside, I would also like to do like a simple pizza recipe that will actually work. I mean, fun is fun, but if you can make a good meal quickly, you know, and you're having your friends over, you know, you can make them any way you want. As a matter of fact, a couple of them, well, actually, there's a guy named Tyler that was in the video with him, did one with, I think spinach, and it was another kind of cheese that, I don't think it was feta, but it made a very unique flavored pizza, and everybody really liked it. So that's, I mean, you want to find something that is healthy, you know, if you don't have to put a bunch of, you know, nitrate-filled pepperoni on it, you know. You can do something else. You can do something healthy. You can experiment with different cheeses. Pizza is actually an excellent format for experimentation in your food. There will never, ever be a pineapple and ham pizza coming out of this house because I really think that's kind of a crime against God. So that's not going to happen. But I might go back and, I know they've done their food videos and do an alternative where it actually is not about being a joke. It's a serious meal or snack that you can serve to your friends. You know, the pulled pork, I mean, that is a Saturday game night. Your friends are coming over and you can do some console games. Wake up in the morning, put that in the crock pot, let it cook the whole day, pretty much. A little bit before your friends come over, you're going to add the barbecue sauce, let it cook through, and bam. You know, your friends bring the beer and chips, and you've got a good meal that you really don't pay a whole lot for. You know, you can get a good pork shoulder for fairly cheap. And that's the other thing, too. They're trying to make it economical. You know, I mean, there's a couple things I would like to do in the future that I could do in here if I had a portable hot plate. I may actually have to think about getting one just because of the whole kitchen lighting situation. But, like, fettuccine alfredo with mushroom and chicken or something like that, homemade. I mean, it takes maybe 20 minutes. And it feeds a lot of hungry friends, you know? So that is the whole point of the cooking videos. I'm not trying to make them a joke of any kind, but, you know, if I see things that somebody's done that is kind of a joke, but I know could actually turn around and be worth doing as a meal, I'm going to tell you. I mean, they did a pancake one too, but anybody can go to the store and buy a box of pancake mix. So what's the point? You know, and like I said, I do hope to have, by the end of this week, and I hope to have a couple of gaming videos. I hope to have Overwatch up, and I would really like to see if I can wrangle some real-life friends into some golf with friends. That one may get ugly. Golf with friends has actually cost me to curse more than any other game I've played. But again, all of this is new to me. You know, May 1st, this channel took off on Beltane because it's a good time, I think, to start something new. Because that's what the whole celebration is about. Is, you know, renewal, growth, fertility, that kind of thing. You know, good time to start a new project. And I know this is getting a little long, but I really felt I had a little more to say this time, since I have been gone and have missed doing probably 3 weeks of doing a vlog. And I've actually felt bad about it because, you know, I left my cringe video, my cringiest first video up because this is all supposed to be a process. And I'll go back and look at stuff and realize, hey, you know, I'm looking a lot more comfortable than I did, or I'm speaking better, or it's hyping me. So I actually got a first comment on the hamburger soup video. Somebody I don't know said they liked it. And I felt, you know, well, I want to say like thrilled. I mean, I was like, wow, somebody looked at this and liked it and wanted to watch it. And hopefully they'll make the soup. You know, it is a good soup and it's not expensive. We're talking hamburger, few fresh vegetables. I usually always, no matter what else I put in a soup, I will put fresh carrot and celery because nothing replaces the flavors in the soup, that sweetness of the carrot and stuff. So usually work with celery. This time I didn't put any fresh onion in it because I actually didn't have any, and I'm also out of fresh garlic at this moment. So those are things I would normally have added to actually the pulled pork and the soup. But like I said, this is all a learning process for me. I was never the one who wanted to be in front of a camera. I wanted to put words in people's mouth. I enjoyed writing, set design, that kind of stuff. Never actually sitting here and talking to people, especially ones I've never even met. You know, you have anxiety and stuff. It's not easy to do these things. And for me, I've already seen where things have begun to change. And I definitely feel more comfortable doing this. It's not just because I've got Negan on my shirt. This is actually another Loot Crate thing that we got. And basically, when we opened that box, I looked at Mr. Editor and said, you're not even getting this one. Which is okay, because he got a Goonies one later, and he is happy. So, I guess that's really pretty much all I wanted to cover this time, was that, you know, I haven't given up. I haven't died. The cooking videos have been coming out. And I'm determined to actually have fun and make something of this, because it is fun, you know? And like I said, that one comment made doing all this and the cringe and the anxiety worth it. And it may sound weird, and it does to me, because like I said, I've never ever dreamed of doing anything like this. It's so far out of my comfort zone that I honestly thought at this point I would be an emotional wreck, even still doing it. But no, I mean, I'm talking to the camera. I'm loving my new computer. I'm loving Overwatch. I'm just trying to get some level behind me during this double XP weekend and get up there to the point where I can actually get into tourneys and stuff. Which is also really weird for me because, I mean, I was a WoW addict for... I think I started playing within a year of Vanilla coming out, so it was probably a good decade that I played WoW, and have now just decided that they can't do enough to really bring it back at this point. It's become a lazy game. And so I've started looking into the first-person shooters because I was watching Walter Skarsgård, noob stream on Twitch, and like Bob Meiskrim, Minion777, you know, people that I found through Markiplier's site. And I've really become kind of obsessed with the first-person shooters now. Not a big melee person, but I will snipe the crap out of you. So we're going to go from there. Like I said, I do hope to have the Twitch channel up soon. You know, we've got the better equipment, and hopefully I'll be feeling 100% instead of 75%, which is kind of where I'm at today. And we'll get some of that rolling. We will be continuing with the food videos and the vlogs. And so I guess that's all for right now. I know I usually say something about like a good movie or show that I've seen recently. I'm planning to probably do another vlog in the next couple days, and we'll talk about some stuff I've seen then. But until then, you know, keep your weird light shining so the rest of us can find you.